Thanks for tuning in to Girl Talk. We have got an awesome episode for you. We're going to have Conant on, and we're going to talk about snow tires and how to be safe.
Yes.
While there's still the slush and the freezing rain and the snow.
Yep, absolutely.
Anyone tired of the weather yet?
Yes, so
like
tired.
last month.
It's not even that bad. I'm just so sick of the gray.
The gray,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. You know what? I say give us snow and make it all white and pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can at least do some outdoor activities, you know, like snowmobiling has been awful this winter because there's nothing on the ground, and I haven't been snowboarding yet this year, but I can only imagine that it's not great conditions for that either. If it's gonna be cold and gray, then at least give us some more snow.
Give us the snow, yeah.
But just plow appropriately.
Plow
Keep me
appropriately.
safe.
Yeah, not much for the winter sports this year, I guess. But my winter sport has consisted of running from the car to the house,
No kidding.
the house to the car to the grocery store and back.
And
So
all
I'm
the
getting-
shivering in between.
I'm getting my exercise. Yeah.
Someone tagged me on a photo on Facebook, and it's got this guy digging out from a blizzard, and it's like, realtors be like, just wait, you're gonna love the interior. And they put, I can see you doing this in heels, and I'm like, no, I've got Uggs for that. But then someone else commented, a current client was like, yeah, and you probably wouldn't wear a coat either. And then you think about it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't wear a coat. I'm like, is it weird? Sometimes you're like, really didn't notice that. That's totally strange. But I don't.
Did you see the guy that shoveled
hot-blooded woman.
so last week when New York and the East Coast got all that snow, someone had noticed that someone took time to shovel the finish line for the Boston Marathon. And someone in a hotel above saw that and thought, that's really cool. So he took a picture, he posted it and said, who did this? And it turns out it was a business owner in the area that just was like, go Boston, and
That's really
Oh,
fantastic.
nice. Well, what if it was a really close finish and you didn't know where the line was?
no, I think it has nothing to do with the marathon. It's the point of
Just repping Boston.
repping Boston, go Boston.
What's the point then?
All right, we'll move on to Odana Antiques next.
I don't get it either necessarily, because I was like,
It's just Boston pride, especially
Yes.
with like the terrorist act that happened.
Yeah.
You know, just some Boston love. And I commend that man because it was hard just like shoveling off my steps to my place.
Right.
I didn't even want to do that. So good for you, guy.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
I'm just here for comic relief, so don't mind me.
Good job, Jessica.
yeah. So speaking of Boston, this is totally like off topic, but episode of Boston Legal came on, and I was sitting there and I'm looking, I'm like, how come nobody has a Boston accent in that whole entire show? Is that weird?
You know what is more weird is that I just started watching Ally McBeal, which was on a very long time ago, and they're in Boston as well, and they don't have accents either.
Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
a good
Strange.
catch.
Interesting.
Who's their
Probably so we can understand them.
Right.
Us Midwest folk.
There'd be too many bleeps.
Just kidding.
All right, ladies, were you excited to talk to Blow Dry Style Lounge today?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, they are so awesome over there.
Yeah,
I just
It's
want to
so
live
fun.
there.
Yeah. We're all a little glammed up.
they've been taking good care of us over there. And,
Doesn't it feel like that must be what it's like to be, one of the Real Housewives, to just, to wake up and just be like, okay.
Always
Make me
be
pretty.
in hair and makeup. Yeah.
They're always just sitting in chairs being print.
It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about facials
Yeah.
with them, and what a nice treat that might be for Valentine's Day, or to give to a Valentine. Hint, hint.
They have some really good deals too, guys, for like gift cards and stuff like that.
Packages and yeah.
Right. And
Can't wait to hear about that.
I'm a flowers and facial kind of gal. There's a lot fewer calories in that than
Chocolates,
chocolate.
very
right?
true.
So you had a little test run with a facial, didn't you?
I did. I got sort of a demonstration from Seisha, just a little mini one, and boy, it really makes you want to stick around for the whole thing. I was describing it earlier as kind of a sensation overload, but in a good way, because you'd get a warm towel and you just go, that feels so great. And then
Yeah.
she'd spritz something and that smelled wonderful. And then she'd give you a little bit of this kind of TLC.
All your senses are just
Exactly. All your
Hitting
senses are
full.
just getting a real treat. So yeah, I'd recommend it, and very relaxing.
yeah. And the ladies are just amazing there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Right. I'm curious with, they've done our nails, and Bao did the nail art for me one time, and she did such a good job
Yeah, they're very talented with the details. of
with the
that.
detail, those little tiny brushes. And I'm just curious if they had some NFL arts for Super Bowl That's a big
Sure
thing,
they
I
do.
guess. Yeah.
I'm sure they
Yeah.
have. Well, maybe not so much here because we're all, diehard Packer fans.
We're all a little bit
No
sad.
bitterness here.
So, and of course, by the name, they specialize in blowouts. So Elise and I, the curly-haired
Yeah.
ladies, look at this.
It's never been the
I
shiniest
can't
part of my
stop.
life.
Everyone
Running
wants
my
what you
hands
can't have.
through it.
Grass is always greener, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, stay tuned because we're going to talk to them right after the break, right here on Girl Talk. Welcome back to Girl Talk. We have some very special guests joining us now, our latest and greatest finds in beauty and skincare. Ryan and Stacia join us from the Blow Dry Style Lounge, and these ladies have taken some good care of us, thankfully, and we're so excited to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit. There's so much to talk about, but we're going to focus a little bit on Valentine's Day and some skincare and try and give us some pointers, if you would. So let's talk a little bit about some services that you would recommend for having for Valentine's Day.
Well, we have a lot of awesome services for Valentine's Day. A couple of the services, full body waxing, which is really important for Valentine's Day. Spray tanning. And also you can come in and you can get a head to toe the night or the day of Valentine's Day too. So some preparation and then some things for the day of.
Oh, smart thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can walk on into our dates glistening, glowing, and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And hairless.
Yeah, and hairless, right.
So you said preparation. I've only gotten a facial once in my life before. What about getting a facial? Is that something that you would do a few days before, or when should you go in for that?
Well, it all depends on what type of facial you're looking at getting. We do everything from cleaning the skin, resurfacing the skin, as well as a relaxation facial, and that you can do anytime.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think she tried to extract one of my moles one time. It was like super painful. They won't do that here at Blow Dry.
No, I promise.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, no, that doesn't sound like any fun. So talk to us a little bit more about this. So if there's some things that we want to do, we just want to look like you. You ladies have beautiful skin. So how do we do that? How do we get healthier skin in general?
Well, the biggest thing I always suggest is having a good serum. And one thing is vitamin C. It's something you need for your skin. It helps to build the collagen, elastin, and helps with fine lines and things that we want to prevent, which is premature aging.
Yes.
And we also want to,
Of course.
and water. I can't stress hydration. I mean, a lot of my clients come in, they want a miracle, but I also tell you have to do work at home. And we have amazing products and things to enhance your skin, but it also comes from internally. So I always recommend drinking plenty of water.
That's so smart because, there's a lot you can do on the outside, but if you've got a client that isn't taking care of themselves, there's only so much you can do, right?
Exactly.
But you guys do such a great job over there. So
Oh, no,
if we
definitely.
can look like this. We'll take
Even
it.
better
So.
close up.
It is. Yeah, absolutely.
So we're coming into the time of season where we've got destination weddings coming up, proms coming up, just getting away on vacation maybe, leaving Wisconsin for a while. What kind of services do you offer at Blow Dry Style Lounge that can help us out or prepare us, get us ready?
Well, we do have one specific package it's called our Destination Wedding Package.
Perfect.
And it's awesome, and but you can also use it if you're going on vacation. So it'd also be an awesome package to go on vacation. It has spray tanning, manis, and pedis, a manicure and a pedicure with the gelish polish.
Absolutely must have.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we all know that gelish polish lasts a lot longer, so it'll last pretty much your whole vacation,
Sure.
depending on how long you're going for. And then it comes with a body buffing, which Stacia can talk about a little bit more, leg waxing, armpits, bikini, eyebrows, and it's a definite over $100 worth of savings too. In that
So
package.
worth it. I mean,
Yeah.
essentially,
Yeah.
you don't want to think, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff when you're lounging in the sun or on vacation. That's terrific. And nobody wants to go be in a bikini not tan already, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Head to toe. And
Well, and spray tanning is good for your skin. It's better for your skin than the natural sunlight.
absolutely. Or if you're like me and can't get a tan anyways, that's your only option. So Absolutely. Well, lots of great things. And if you haven't been over to the Blow Dry Style Lounge, you guys are off of Seminole Highway and McKee, and absolutely, if it's a little bit of a drive for you, worth the drive. I mean, these guys have everything and just a fabulous team. I just want to compliment you guys.
Thank you.
You are just really, really good at what you do, and also just really sweet people.
Yeah,
So thank you
above
for
and
that.
beyond.
Yeah,
It's
and
wonderful.
we enjoy working with each other, and we like an environment that is fun and it's not intimidating to come into.
Yeah, and you can tell that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we thank you guys for all you do. And they are right over there off Seminole and McKee. Check them out at the Blow Dry Style Lounge. We're going to stick with the Valentine's Day trend. We're going to tell you what's trending in antiques right after this. Stick around for more Girl Talk.
Great to have you with us on Girl Talk. Our next guest is from Odana Antiques on Odana Road. It is such a great store. There is something for everyone there. Great people there, like
Thank you.
Sue Duncan, the owner of Odana Antiques. Sue, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having
We
me.
love having you as a
Okay.
guest. So Sue, there is 30,000 square feet in
Of
your
fun.
store, of fun in
Yes.
your store. What is new? The inventory changes all the time.
It
So what's
does.
new?
Well, we're trying to move into spring, like most Minnesotans are, I
Yes.
think. So we're looking at getting rid of the blankets and the sleds and the skis and going towards shutters and windows and gardening and fun things like that, watering cans, things that make you think that eventually this thaw will end and we will be warmer.
Right?
Yes.
What you got going on for February specials? Any?
We are doing
Any
our,
sales?
we only do 2 sales a year, and the new one, next one is coming up on February 13th, 14th, and 15th.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. Everything that's priced more than $20 will be 10% off with cash or check, 5% with credit card, and then dealers will have deeper discounts in their booth. And we have coffee and drawings for gift certificates and hot chocolate and food, and it's a fun event.
That's
Cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need to have a sale, but it's great that we get
That's
one,
right.
so we'll
That's
take
right.
it. That's wonderful. And we like to kind of keep up with consumer spending through you. You see it all, right? So tell us a little bit about some trends during Valentine's Day.
We had a survey yesterday of customers to what was the most important aspect of Valentine's Day, and 30% said the candy, and the 70% said expressing love and good feelings towards people in your life. So we have something, only 70. So we have stuff for both.
Yeah, right.
We've got great bonbon dishes. We've got hankies make great gifts for teachers. Wine glasses that are inexpensive for toasting with that special person in your life.
Also probably good for teachers.
And good for teachers, yes, at the end of our day. And jewelry, and more jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great jewelry selection.
Thank
I
you.
love the jewelry there. So fun to see the unique finds that you guys have. Yeah, lots to pick from.
So some other fun facts about Valentine's
Well,
Day?
I started doing a little homework. We sell a lot of Valentine's Day cards, some from the late 1800s, some from the 40s and the 50s.
So interesting.
Oh, cool.
And a lot of people come in and buy the big candy boxes that you had in the 60s with the big flowers all over them. So I started doing a little research, and the Valentine's industry in the United States actually got its big kickoff in 1830 with Esther Hallwood. And she was she got a Valentine from her dad's co-workers in England, and she thought, I could make one of these, and I could make one of these better. So she made 10 or 12 samples, sent them out with her brother, who was worked for their company distributing stationery and books, and she single-handedly kicked off the commercial Valentine's industry in the United States. So
What a fun
Leave it to a
story.
woman.
leave it to a woman.
It is not a Hallmark holiday.
right.
then.
No, Hallmark came along later. Well, now it is a Hallmark holiday, but
Yeah.
not then.
Very great. That's wonderful.
So tell me, do you have gift certificates if you're not quite sure what to get someone?
We have gift certificates, and I think they get a bad rap because people think you don't care if you give a gift certificate. After Christmas, we probably have 5 conversations with husbands or wives who are saying, why did my husband spend $400 on a gold turquoise ring when I don't like gold and I don't like turquoise? So a gift certificate really be a great way to give something, plan a luncheon around it, but make sure you're giving a gift that's going to be valued and appreciated, and if you're not sure, don't spend the money.
Yeah.
Right.
And if, to your point, if you're giving it as an opportunity to spend time together and
Right.
pick out something together, I actually think that's great. And
I
agree.
love that idea.
yeah, so that's fun. Well, let's pick your brain a little bit about some unusual items. We like to get the scoop on the most unusual items you have right
We
now.
have two really cool things. We have a bellows that is the size of this coffee table that came out of a steamship, which makes it makes a fabulous coffee table. It's wonderful. And then we have a parlor set from a first-class lounge in a train station from the 1930s. And it's Art Deco. It's fabulous. It's made by a company called Modern Age, and it is so incredibly cool.
Sounds very one of a kind.
Yes, yes. And so those are probably the two coolest things right now.
Very neat. I think you have to go see them to really.
Yeah, that's the
Appreciate
thing. When I was in a while back, you were pointing out some of the most unique items you had, and I was snapping pictures with my phone. And I mean, it's just so cool. You got to see it to believe it.
It is,
Yeah.
it is. And to share it with somebody. So a good Valentine's Day trip.
Yeah, definitely.
Great. Well, head out to Odana Antiques on Odana Road and check out some of those unusual items, or maybe get a gift certificate.
There you go.
That'll work.
We'll be right back with Joe Conant from Conant Automotive talking about snow tires.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. This is the segment you've been waiting for, and in perfect time for the winter weather, we have Joe Conant who joins us from Conant Automotive. And thank you so much for joining us, Joe.
No problem at all.
We appreciate it, and we're very much looking forward to some very important information about regular tires versus snow tires. So we're going to jump into it in just a second. First, I think Janet has a confession to make.
Well, you'll be happy to hear it, Joe. You were right. A couple months ago, Joe told us to get a new battery, especially before winter, because you're going to get stranded.
Oh no.
It happened.
And I see where this is going. Yeah.
Sure enough, Janet was running errands on a Saturday and gets back in the car and it won't go. And
Click, click.
click, click, exactly, the dreaded click, click. And it turned out it was a couple bad cells in my battery. Dad came, thanks Dad, to give me a jump start, but I did have to go get a new battery. So I'm feeling ready for winter. I have a new battery, I have new tires, I even got new windshield wipers.
Well, good.
So I'm set.
You're
So we're
set.
taking Joe's advice, which is good. And I'm glad you've got some new advice for us. So talk to us a little bit about the snow tires.
Well, the biggest difference on a snow tire versus a regular conventional tire, and I'll try to get this up here. This is a snow tire, and the biggest thing you can tell the difference between this and a regular conventional all-season radial is these things here. If you can see it on the TV, these are called sipes, and that's what actually grips the road as you're going, through snow, ice, whatever, rain. And if you can tell on this tire, there's basically none. This is a very, rated tire as far as traction, but this will actually get you going on ice, snow, everything. I mean, it's if you've ever driven on these on ice, you'd never not buy a set. I mean, it's a very common thing now.
So
You
it's
can
these
almost
little.
feel the difference, can't you?
And you-
Oh,
when you're
yes.
driving and stuff?
Yep.
I don't have these on my car, so
The fact that it
this
has a
is
grip.
interesting. So these are almost like little rubber hairs.
Right,
almost.
and not this. This is just the molding process, but the slats or the.
Oh, that's what we're looking at. I don't know. That's the big difference
No,
I see.
that's why I brought them, so you guys
Yeah.
could really tell the difference. That there is what actually grips the road
All
and
those little
grips the
slices.
ice.
So it's
yeah,
okay.
and it's just like suction cups going
This is
down the
why I
road.
need
It'll
Joe.
actually
I don't-
grab. It'll
great. That's why
actually
we
grab
all need
onto the
Joe.
ice. Versus this tire, which is like I say, a fine all-season radial, and this will get the job done for 99% of your driving. But when it's icy or snow-covered roads, this is the tire you need. It's not an uncommon thing now for people to buy a set and put them on in the fall and then take them off in the spring.
That's what I was going to ask. So, what if you leave these on all year? I mean, are they as effective in the summer, or do you want
No,
to switch them?
it'll work in the summer, but when this tire reaches 50% of its life, it turns into this tire. So it'll be a safe tire, but it'll no longer be an ice and snow tire.
I see. So,
So
they
it's-
switch more to save the tire for winter.
Right, and it's getting to be more and more common where people are doing this, and we offer a service where, as long as we sell them the tires, we'll take them off, take off the snow tires in the spring, store them until
You'll store
winter.
them, too?
Yes.
Wow.
That's really
great.
nice of you.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a big hassle lugging 4 tires back home,
Yes,
keeping them in the
sure.
garage that nobody has any room in anyways.
It is, but
And
that's a really
put them
nice
back on in the
service.
fall, and that way that tire will last probably 3 or possibly 4 seasons.
Are there different levels of snow tires? Are some better than others, or brands, or
They-
grips, or?
I'm very simple that way. Yeah, there is not very good ones out there, but as long as you keep with a name brand,
Okay.
Blizzak is, everybody associates Blizzak with snow tires, and yeah, they're a top performer. But this one, which is a Cooper, is just as good as a Blizzak. You don't need to spend crazy money on snow tires.
Okay. So now, talk to me a little bit about the price difference between snow tires and regular tires.
They're-
Is there a big difference?
They're relatively the same.
Okay.
They're relatively the same.
So why not do that?
Yeah, I mean, because you're taking off your regular tires in the winter, so you're saving them. I mean, you're buying 2 sets of tires is going to last you. I mean, you understand where I'm going with this? I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
money-wise, it's the same.
in the long haul, yeah, overall it's the same amount of money, and you're saving yourself potentially an accident or getting stuck or flipping your car or something.
No names.
Yeah, right. No, sorry.
Like I said on a previous episode, as far as that tire there will give you the false sense of security.
Yeah.
So don't think that you're going to be able to go through everything. That tire will get you stopped and started. The biggest thing, once you get rolling, you still have to stop.
Yeah.
And that's where that tire will help you.
They give you a little bit better grip. Is it a little softer type of, or is it just seem softer because of all those little cuts?
The compounds can be softer in this tire versus this tire, but the main thing is the cuts, you call it, or the sipes is what the term actually is. That's what gets you the traction.
Okay. So along the same, winterizing lines, so we know we need to get our winter tires, and you'll even store them for us. And we touched on this a little bit, but I want to bring it up again because now the snow is finally actually here. Well, not finally, but it's here. So give us some pointers, going into winter. If we haven't winterized our car yet, what are some major things that we need to do?
Well, the biggest thing, like she said, the battery.
Yeah.
That'll get you started.
Pun intended.
Pun intended. Yeah.
Take it into a service shop or a service center, a dealer, anything. Have them check the antifreeze. Have them check all the fluids. That's the key to everything. The antifreeze and the fluids and the battery, and you will start all the time.
Okay. Antifreeze. Battery.
Yeah.
I should have brought a notepad. I know.
How do
I'll
you
watch
know
it back.
if you need a new battery or not? I mean,
Well, the
can you
service
tell?
center should tell you.
Okay.
And age also. A lot of times we see batteries that are 5, 6, 7 years old, and to me that's a little bit too old.
Pushing it.
I go with roughly 3 years
Okay.
on my personal batteries, even though it's a 72-month battery, which equates out to 5, 6 years, because it's cheaper to put in a battery during the day when I'm ready for it versus a Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, when you're
When you're
stuck
not ready.
somewhere in the middle
It
of the
just
night.
batteries are inexpensive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
I know
cheap;
you
they're
mentioned that
inexpensive. I mean,
before.
what, $150? That is a lot of money, but
Save you
Comparatively,
some
yeah.
hassle down the
you
road.
don't have to mess around on a weekend to I need a new battery and stop
Dad.
doing one thing
Yeah.
and do
Call
that.
Dad.
So
Or call Joe. And the thing the big takeaway that we always get from you is preventative maintenance is just so much less expensive than finding a problem and then fixing it. So whether it be battery or whether it be, saving yourself with some snow tires, this is the guy to go see, Joe Conant over at Conant Automotive. Thank you so much for joining
Thanks,
us and
guys.
always giving
Thank
us
you.
great tips and pointers.
see you.
And thank you so much for watching. Thanks to our guests, and please join us next time here on Girl Talk.